The infinite Christ heart. Let's just cover the basics. So the first cells of a human embryo are heart cells. More of the More than half of the heart cells are neural cells. So they're the same as brain cells, and they have the same kind of neurotransmitters as the brain, which is a beautiful little grounded factoid to kind of hold in your heart, that the heart can actually act as a producer or generator of the manifestation of thought into form. It has the same kind of cellular structure. The heart creates an electromagnetic field that expands 12 feet around the body. You may have heard that it's 5,000 times more magnetic than the rest of the body. We'll get into that. But an activated heart is even more expanded. You'll find your heart field becomes so wide and so vast. And even though it feels infinite, like it's connected to everything, because it is, the actual measurable heart field gets very wide during the ascension process. The more you allow your presence to come in, unify with you, and then take over the journey, you'll find your heart field to be a bit overwhelming at times. So during the ascension phase, transfiguration and transcendence from one realm of consciousness to another is possible through the 0 point stargate of the heart, through that pinpoint of the heart. While all organic humans have this within them, they have this connection to source within them, very few access its potential or choose ascension. It is what it is. We are all one, right? Let's define infinite Christ and heart just for clarity. The infinite part of infinite Christ heart came to me in vision a couple of years ago in big gold letters, infinite Christ. And the infinite part of it, even though we had received Christ a long time ago, adding the infinite part of it was really beautiful because it's referring to infinite potential or source love light intelligence, not finite, but infinite, right? Expansive, just limitless potential. So that's part of the formula, is to get your heart into that infinite state. However you want to term it, that is the term that I saw. So when we talk about infinite, infinitum, the expansiveness where it's boundless creation, it just keeps going and going and going and produces infinite potential. Hold that. Kryst, Kryst, is pure unity consciousness, a state of being and an access point which holds the integrity of source. The original tones of creation, of this creation, organic creation, are a harmonic of the Krysthl, or some people spell it Tal. It does not matter. It holds the integrity of that Christed state, crystalline. That's why all of our verbiage is crystalline, crystalline light, crystal, master crystals, crystal within, the crystalline stargate, the Christ stargate. And it does not matter if you choose to spell it as Christ, as the being, but you might want to shift away from the entanglements that come with spelling it that way, because when people say like Yeshua the Christ or Christ being or Christed and use the CHR in the beginning, it feels different. Just try it out, right? No judgment on how you spell it. Just try it out. Try that pure harmonic. And I am not one who judges how people spell that term, as long as the intention is there, that it is a way to reconnect with source, that it is pure source love light intelligence coming into a divine human form, coming into 0 point, coming through that Christed spark within. You've got the intention. The heart is the stargate unifying the physical with the non-physical expressions of self, with a 0 point gateway to source that is stored in the heart, nowhere else. We are not referring to a chakra point or the physical heart in this context. So you might want to detach from thinking of it as a chakra or amplifying a chakra or associating it with those colors and not associating it with the physical heart. This is different. Infinite Christ heart is the actual stargate that you will use to create your ascension and to reconnect with the I am presence and pure source consciousness. So the infinite Christ heart is a gateway for source, the expression of divinity, and the stargate for organic ascension. When we enter the infinite Christ state, the heart becomes an access point for traversing realities, traversing realms, traversing states of consciousness, and actually shifting the form and expressing love, light, intelligence as a true creator being, right? A responsible creator then gets to experience higher realms of consciousness, higher states of consciousness, all about alignment, but knowing that love is the highest intelligence there is. And it is only accessed through the heart, not through the mind. So it holds love, holds the mystery of creation. It holds solutions for us, reunification with source, and all of us remember that in order to experience Gaia's ascended realms, the higher realms, the new earth, whatever you want to call it, all journeys must include this spiritual connection in order to exist in those new earth realms. So we've always said that the foundation of your entire ascension process has to be built on love, light, intelligence. Otherwise, the structure falls apart. There's too much distortion, right? It just, you'll get knocked down by that vibration that you're holding in your field. So the heart contains this 0 point, an origin point. It connects you directly to source, all of creation, and your own unique center of experience and awareness. Unique center of experience and awareness. This is the 0 point from which all of infinity is viewed. This is how you can connect with it, how you connect to all that you are and all that I am presence is. Heart intelligence is the true source of power. Divine mystery. In that phrase, heart intelligence is the true source of power. And everyone that is going through these journeys is learning that. And when you truly learn that and learn how to express that and have all of your beingness in attunement with that, you will know the true power of the infinite Christ heart. When you achieve this perspective of the cosmic heart intelligence, you activate infinite potential. And it's really interesting what we are all walking through right now to see how this infinite Christ heart is starting to change our realities, not just merging with the I am presence and allowing it to show you, but you're going to see like it actually changes the frequency and the harmonics around you, which is a heart intelligence. This allows us to create realities, co-create realities. This allows us to magnify particles of consciousness in alignment with divine order and perfection, proper use of life force, right? So we can actually assemble realities through the infinite Christ heart. We can actually create enough coherence to create new realities. And we've been doing this in subtle ways. But now that unity consciousness, all the frequencies, and now this step of really activating the magnetics of the infinite Christ heart is here, we're going to see the infinite view from the I am presence, that interconnectedness with all that is. And that's really the key to feeling, sensing, true heart activation. It doesn't feel singular. It feels universal. It feels infinite. The unlimited creative potential of Source manifests in our conscious awareness during the ascension process. The Christ heart may access this infinite supply of energy potentials for creation. And that is a level of freedom that a lot of people have not felt in a very long time. The freedom to create in this divine alignment. And we've gone through different creator potentials and different ways of creating. But as we shift from inorganic and finite to infinite organic creation, you're going to start taking notice of all of us lifting the collective veils. Let's just tap into that. Close your eyes, take a breath right into the heart, and feel all of us lifting the collective veils, rising out of all constraints. Knowing that some are more comfortable with the belief in limitations and may stay there until the last moments. It is what it is. All is well. Let's really feel the unified power of heart intelligence, divine love, divine light, in alignment with divine will. It's beautiful. Infinite Christ heart intelligence is dynamic and alive. It doesn't stagnate or contract with fear or past worries or worries about the future, right? Future concerns. The heart contains your light signature, which that direct imprint of the I am presence of Source itself. The I am presence has no egoic or emotional personality. So if you're thinking of it as a being or a master or something like that, let's just let that go. It exists in oneness with Source. It's a level of love, light, intelligence, a level of unity, and a level of what we would know is our unique fractal of Source, our unique light signature that's held within a collective I am presence. And when we tap into that, we can feel this selfless state. It can express as a unique fractal, which is your light signature, but it's also unified with the whole and consistently in divine collaboration, divine unity with Source itself. It is consistently in service to the whole, which is unity consciousness, Christ consciousness, crystalline consciousness. They all mean the same thing. So your heart signature, your heart carries this light signature, that fractal of the infinite creator, and your unique fractal of Source. So when you honor your unique qualities and express them so that all of Source may be expressed in these realms, you get an intensity of unity consciousness. Suddenly you're expressing as you should be, as it is in divine alignment as the I am presence, and you're going to start to feel this uniqueness coming through that is no longer severed or no longer separate from the whole. So unity consciousness is a direct result of us honoring, focusing, and expressing the radiation of Source shining through the heart and our unique light signature. So no one can express what you have within. It is unique. And that is something to honor and respect, along with the heart as the temple of Source within itself. So there's more freedom and more unity the more you embrace. I truly desire to express my uniqueness in the light realms of unity consciousness, of Christ consciousness. And that is the whole purpose of us stepping down in frequency and fractalizing out and having all these experiences, is as an expression of Source, as an expression of infinite creation. Go and play with everything, do everything. And when the ascension window comes here, we're going to start reunifying, which is what we are all going through right now. So know that there is part of your light signature that qualifies. So the light signature qualifies this electronic flow from the I am presence into your heart center. So if you could just see this, or sense or feel a stream of qualified light that is unique to you, that has divine purpose and divine service and divine ascension and divine presence, all in the harmonic that is your unique light signature. And then it shines through the heart. So remember, electronic flow from the I am presence. Feel that. These electrons are encoded with pure source love light intelligence and the individual expression of your I am presence. If you hold the magnetic field of your heart with all the qualities of the infinite Christ heart, you create the conditions for that electronic stream to express in a pure way, both unified and unique. Within the Christed heart, when you create that, there is perfect synchronicity, perfect 0 point where equilibrium rests in the state of infinite potential. Really feel that state of equilibrium, sometimes called coherence, sometimes called synchronization with source, is held within the 0 point of the heart center. And when you activate the Christed heart qualities, you then get a harmonic blend that allows the magnetic quality of the heart to get stronger, but also allows the electronic flow and the plasma and the harmonics and the frequencies of whatever it is you have to offer, blended with the I am presence, blended with source love light intelligence. From this state of equilibrium within the heart, we may experience the intelligence of the heart and pure unity consciousness. This communion will become easier to experience and maintain with conscious focus. The more you practice focusing on the heart itself, or these qualities that we'll go through today, or focus on the energies flowing into Gaia, or focus on cosmic mother plasma, when you bring your attention and your intention to that, you'll find that amplifying in the field. And we all know whatever you focus on is what you create, right? So connecting with that Christ field and practicing qualified creation creates a coherent magnetic field around the heart, in the heart, that allows the natural dynamic to come in. Now, some of you are familiar with my earlier teachings on the Grail and the heart consciousness and the heart magnetic and the chalice, right? So it's actually a magnetic field within the toroidal field of the heart center. So that's, if you're exploring the mysteries, it's actually an actual diagram for a magnetic field of the chalice and the stem, right? It creates the center of the spinning of the toroidal field, but it's actually expressing a magnetic. And this is super cool. I think it's really interesting how they're focusing on this now. So energy is neutral until it's imbued with a quality and intention. So huge fields of qualified energy create the conditions for a multiverse, for the universe, the galaxy, Solaris, Gaia, kingdoms, elementals, humanity, and individual experiences. That is qualified, intentional light for a certain creation. That is how Source does this, creates all of these different realms through all of these different fields, right? So out of the infinite, endless, boundless love light that is Source, out of all that is, energy compresses for creations and experiences through magnetic fields. They are created through intention, and then they start to compress particles, energies, harmonics, so that they can be expressed in denser ways, in form, or in multidimensional ways, or even the higher realms. That's all just compressed energy, compressed intention that creates all of these fields, right? So unified magnetics, if you're looking at a step down model, highest orders of light, right? Creating infinite fields and magnetics and crystalline fields for a multiverse experience or universal experience, whatever it is, that's unified, right? It's source creating fields which create things, beings, consciousness, expressions that then coalesce and create experiences. Unified magnetics create vast fields for a collective experience. Now, we covered this in the mother plasma presentation, how magnetics attract and allow plasma to come in to the realms, attract light and particles and consciousness and plasma. And that's how the stargate works. That's how the Infinite Christ heart stargate works as well. You are actually creating a magnetic that is so clear and so coherent and so synchronized that it actually attracts more presence, more source, more love, light, intelligence into your consciousness, into your fields, and actually becomes a conduit of that. So you can see unified magnetics, like what we talked about in Mother Plasma, unified magnetics, where we are all taking our unified intention and pulling that energy right into form. New earth now, unified peace, everything that we do on Sundays, right? We are actually creating coherence through the Christ field, through the unified magnetics of our hearts that makes one giant field of energy that actually creates, lifts the veils, starts to change things, creates more love, light, intelligence with that focus, purifies the intention, and the more clear and unified our hearts become, the more magnetic our hearts become, the stronger that field's going to get, and the faster the realities and the consciousness and the unified consciousness of all of us is going to change. So the unity or Christ field is gaining momentum, power, and strength. This is actually creating the realm shift, right? It's part of it. Literally creating a new reality right through unified Christ hearts with unified intent, feeling, thought, and action. The heart is a magnetic still point. Thinking about it as a magnetic field and also thinking about the source point, right? Just focus. A center of peace, complete stillness, and a generator of life force, pure, undistorted life force. Going to create the conditions for pure, undistorted life force to come right through there. Empowering the heart empowers the I am presence to express divinity through you. I will say that a million times so that it lands. The heart attracts and receives this love, light, intelligence that is our natural divine state, is to actually be a receiver and generator of love, light, intelligence, to be so clear and so aligned that the mind is not even involved anymore. The I am presence takes over. The heart intelligence, remember the neurons? Heart cells, heart brain cells start to take over, right? We empower the heart. When we release distortions, the heart starts attracting more self-organizing divine light into your life stream. So the more clearing and all the stuff that we did in the beginning of our journey 10, 20 years ago, right? All of that clearing allowed us to create a new magnetic, allowed us to open up the qualities of the heart so that it will start attracting the I am presence, and you can become a conduit of that. So the heart is your source generator. and a developer of new organic life. When we talked about mother plasma containing all the codes and the harmonics and the crystalline structures and the new light and everything that stimulated the fields and Gaia, us, to create a brand new life form, a brand new expression of consciousness. This is what we're talking about. We're turning our hearts into a generator of that because we will be completely synchronized through that magnetic of the heart, through the chalice, the grail, right? The ever-flowing fountain of that divinity that is within us. That is the secret beyond secret, the mystery beyond mysteries. And it becomes less of a mystery, and you'll start feeling that earlier mention of it creates solutions. It answers all the questions of the mystery in such purity. It's quite beautiful. So this compression, remember the compression that happens through magnetics, through heart synchronization or coherence, pulls that love light energy out of the field, out of the plasma, and into qualified action. So we focus on the qualities of light, which create infinite Christ heart coherence in order to attract more of that electronic force, more of those particles of consciousness of the I am presence. Go direct, right? Straight from source, straight from the presence. We create the magnetic conditions through conscious thought, feeling, action, consistent connection, our ascension practices, and focus. We change the magnetics, which changes the conditions, and we change personal and collective realities. Some basics, thoughts are very electric, right? That thought form through the brain transforms to the divine intent of I am, because the heart brain is going to start being stronger, right? So thought form itself transcends from a dense, a lower level expression into this divine mind, right? Divine thought that actually comes through the heart. And the pineal pituitary and the brain start to support that. So you get the synchronization that happens from the heart all the way through the brain, and the pineal pituitary start opening up, and the crowns open up to a whole new level. And that is capable of actually broadcasting this electronic, if you want to call it electric, expression of creator thought form, of presence thought form, that actually comes through the heart and synchronizes through the brain to tell the body what to do. Emotions are magnetic. Many of you know that. So emotion of the lower levels becomes a feeling state of unity, consciousness, and source. And you will feel that so strongly as your heart magnetic gets stronger. So this electromagnetic function may create coherence in the heart or not, right? If you're out of alignment and the thoughts are running wild and the emotions are running wild, you don't get the same payoff from ascension. You don't get the same experience. Now, yes, we have a very wide range of experiences of ascension and awakening right now. That's part of the process. But you can see the coherence starting to happen on those who are attuned and focus and drop everything into the heart and are learning how to create as responsible creators using heart intelligence, using love light intelligence of source right through the function, the electromagnetic function that's happening through this heart intelligence. So this is multidimensional. The heart field of frequency reflects all of yourself. So even though you might associate it with me and my heart, the heart is your multidimensional access, not to source, but to all of your expressions. So those of you who are seeking multidimensionality or reunion with all of your aspects, or want to know more of your higher self, Christ itself, I am presence, or this galactic expression or that, get it together, right? The heart, that when you get heart intelligence activated, you're going to feel that multidimensionality unified right through the heart. And that's going to provide the mystery and the solutions and the access and everything in a very pure way, not tripping out in the astral as many people do early in their journeys. No judgment. We're going to get to that. So that 0 point, this heart intelligence, reflects everything that you are across the realms and past, present, future, right? All encoded in your DNA. It's all there. But that 0 point collapses time space. That's why it's called 0 point. Collapses all the time space and all the illusion, everything that's been created or is going to be created. And it puts you in the state of that infinite potential and brings more love, light, infinite potential and presence into the mix. So you shift to heart brain intelligence. And it's not as difficult as you think it is. Pure focus on the I am presence within, not up there, out there at the top of my ascension column, right? Everything through the heart now. Focus and meditate on the I am presence dwelling within the heart increases the magnetic strength. I want to do a little sidebar right now because it ties into this water and this reflection of higher consciousness and the solar aspect of the heart center, sun and water and plasma and light and the magnetic. We can just tie it in, little satsang here for a moment. In ancient text, water meant attractor. And water molecules act like little magnets, right? They have a magnetic quality. And earlier we were explaining that cosmic mother and Ma means water, means plasma, right? It's a cosmic mother. Plasma is all of that magnetic, right? She's got that magnetic quality. So our heart center is built on that cosmic mother magnetic, but there's also this beautiful, and we witness this, if you can just feel that lightness of the heart here. Uh, we witness this in many experiments, right? Water holds this neutral magnetic field and just receives our intention, right? It's just it's giving us information that or intention that we are imprinting on it through picture, through intention, through Emoto's work, through Veda's work, all of those different things. Image, quality. It's like a sacred reflection, right? A sacred reflection, much like water would be acting like a mirror, right? So we're just tying in all the metaphors here. Plasma, as a higher state of water, births organic life. There is a unique code in the sentence, the sun walks on water, that I would love all of you to feel right now. Not Yeshua walking on the lake trying to catch up with his friends in the boat. Let that go. The sun, we feel it when we see the sparkles of sunlight on water. There is a code there. There is a frequency there. There is a harmonic that reflects unity, Christ consciousness itself. This divine code is in that phrase. The sparkles of sunlight on water, the union between cosmic love light, the magnetic attractor of water, and feeling what the heart actually does with light that it's able to receive, reflect, and amplify, much like a sun, unifying with the water, unifying with the magnetic. Feel that. Feel that divine reflector of pure infinite love light intelligence that comes through those qualities, that divine union. Quite beautiful. And you can see how the heart's magnetic field holds potentials for birthing new realities, right? The sun has the sun itself in the sky, Solaris, has a very powerful magnetic field, a living magnetic force that allows the development of organic life. Our hearts behave like a sun. When we tap into our ascended consciousness, our presence consciousness, we start to learn how to create in that way, how to behave like a sun, the Christ star, the solar cosmic Christ. These are all encoded for what our heart is actually going to be capable of, is already capable of. We are just getting rid of the distortions as we walk through this. So organic stargates are magnetic attractors and generators of pure life force, energy, plasma, infinite love light, intelligence. A little note from the Star Presence presentation in February, activate eternal life at the atomic level. This happens with Ascension Mastery so that you can rebirth as a star. So those of you who really resonated with, I am coming back as a star, you might be feeling the quality of your heart turning into a star gate or birthing, right? The ascension, the burst, the solar flash that happens right through the heart center. You might be feeling that, but know that masters who have gone through the ascension process right through the physical and have ascended right through the stargate of the heart are then capable of unified creations such as stars that are actually pure magnetic attractors and broadcasters of eternal atoms, eternal, immortal life structure, light body, our DNA, everything starts to transcend as we ascend through these levels and through the purity and power of the infinite Christ heart of the inner sun. We actually reflect that process of how a star or a stargate would actually function. Beautiful. Take a breath. Feeling all of that. Beautiful. The skills, before we get into some activation, the skills of the infinite Christ heart, our crystalline Christed skills are beautiful. The infinite Christ heart feels like freedom. The true state of self is radically different. We've said that before, and you'll get hit with it many times throughout your presence activations. The actual I am presence coming into form. It feels so radically different and so free, so freeing. It's quite beautiful. That is actually one of the skills of the infinite Christ heart, is not just that unification, but the feeling of freedom that infuses these realms is a skill set. It takes gentle unfoldment because it's radically different, dissolves old patterns and entanglements of the ego, emotion, mind, so that we can shift to heart intelligence. And that heart intelligence is another skill. It provides strength, confidence, and kindness in any situation. You honor your true heart's wisdom, and it will strengthen the flow of life force itself. So heart intelligence is a skill. Freedom is a skill of this infinite Christ heart. Seeing everything as source is truly a skill, and also a beautiful state of consciousness, right? To not see separation any longer. You'll know when you get there, because you won't be able to experience separation or duality any longer. We may witness experiences and external events, it is what it is, without embodying any of it or any of the negative effects or influence of those lower frequencies or levels of love light intelligence. Another skill is seeing and feeling the new light or plasma or the crystalline realms in the Christ field. If you have wondered why some people can see the plasma or see the field or read the field or see everyone in the unified meditations, this is why, right? The more you meditate on it, the more time you spend in nature, the more you sun gaze, the more you detox, the more you walk through your ascension practices with focus and dedication, faith and patience, the more you will see and feel the new realms in the Christ crystalline plasma everywhere, emanating off of people, off of plants. It's quite beautiful. So another beautiful skill to pursue. Another skill is divine neutrality, the consistent qualification of your energy, experience, and creations without the limited energy of judgment or duality is a beautiful skill to embrace and use and practice and apply to your entire life stream. Everything will unfold with ease and grace if you can truly activate that skill. And it comes as a natural side effect of the infinite Christ heart. And we know the infinite Christ heart takes some focus, but it's this consistent qualification of energy that is unwavering, unaffected by come over here, good, bad, right, wrong, negative, positive, all of that. It's just going to allow us to drop into that 0 point with ease and grace. Focus is another skill. Heart focus builds the strength and power of love, light, intelligence. It expands exponentially. The more you focus on it, and you're going to find that the field builds. The more you practice focus, the more focus you get, and the easier it will be to drop into focus instantly and effortlessly without getting scattered, right? Distracted. Another skill is of the Christ heart is just being a conduit of the I am presence. It's so palpable and so clear, this as a skill, to be able to unify with the presence and just apply it to everything. Wisdom, love, creative abilities, everything get affected by its divine wisdom. Freedom, celebrating life as an opportunity to express the heart. Knowing your heart is the highest intelligence of love, light, grace, compassion, all the qualities. And actually creating ascension is a skill. The ability to impact realities and realms and support the organic ascension and create positive outcomes is a skill set worth pursuing and is a natural benefit of the infinite Christ heart. The Christ heart itself creates integrity in the heart and body fields. You're going to feel it. It creates a gradual increase in light and cells and DNA, radiance. Also directs or allows the nervous system to receive more light, right? Nervous system is the distribution system for new light. It creates a self-organizing conduit for higher intelligence. It resolves duality, the cause and effect. The presence self-corrects distortions. You've heard me talk about that. This is one of those side effects of the infinite Christ heart. Thus, it shifts us as to natural conduits of the collective rise in and plasma and highest outcomes, proper use of life force, and has an impact on your personal reality, right? Your own unique life stream, as well as collective outcomes. So it's worth pursuing. Close your eyes, take a breath into the heart, put all of your focus there. We always enter the temple of the Christ heart with intention. Feel the intention of infinite Christ heart access, activation, radiance, coming in with reverence, honor, and respect of the heart as a gateway of source, the temple which holds infinite love, light, intelligence, the infinite creator, right within the heart. You're walking around with source within you. And when you honor the infinite Christ heart as that sacred temple, as that sacred source point, it will shift your perspective, change your focus, and change the magnetic so that these 12 qualities can fully activate within you. Here are the qualities. Let's just say them once. I'll say it and then you repeat. I am infinite unconditional love. I am infinite compassion. I am infinite grace. I am infinite gratitude. I am infinite peace. I am infinite wisdom. I am infinite divine service. I am infinite unity. I am infinite truth. I am infinite freedom. I am infinite perfection. I am infinite creator. Now feel all of those qualities, all of those frequencies. They may look like they're opening petals on the heart, but they are creating a harmonic blend that allows the Christ heart magnetic to come into complete coherence so that you can become that pure radiance of source and also attract all of those qualities, pure creation, into your heart center, right through 0 point. Just feel that. A decree in this now. Infinite Christ heart, divine diamond solar heart center overflow with divine presence, source anointed power of divine love light. I am an infinite supply of radiance. All the qualities of the infinite Christ heart, the pure magnetic expression of my I am presence, calling forth infinite love light qualities, radiance, pure Christ light. Shine into all levels, layers, dimensions, densities, realms, and realities from first separation until now, in perfect divine union with source, love, light, intelligence, and the I am presence. Come, come, come. Beautiful. Just feeling that source point within and hold that there. Because the challenge is, right, the objective, the intention is to hold that source point within the heart, as well as witness and experience and create and unfold all that source has to offer for us and all the different expressions of our unique frequency right through the heart, holding that as we create and interact and do other things, right? And the more that you tap into that, the easier it is to maintain that heart focus, that natural magnetic that happens through those qualities of the heart